Hey everybody, welcome to GeekyKOOL presents Geeky Cinephiles. I'm Larry the Professor, and over here is my buddy Joe. We like movies, we like to talk about movies, and we often will review different movies or have a movie list. Tonight, though, we're doing something a little different. We decided that one of the things that is amazing about movies is movie soundtracks, especially when they just grab you and hold you, and that you just can't deny them. So we're going to give each of our top five list of movie soundtracks from the 80s. We're doing that because I looked at movie soundtracks in general, and there are so many great ones. It would be so hard for us to move it down to 10, never less than anything else. So we decided to limit it. So I went with my favorite decade, the ones that I know the most soundtracks from. And I still have a list that's not on our five each list that are amazing soundtracks. But we're going to get it started, tell you what we think, and maybe talk a little bit about some of the songs on there that makes it such a great soundtrack for us. But we're going to toss it over to Joe first to tell us the first one on your list.
Well, when you said movie soundtracks I was like, oh great! And I just started typing, not the '80s, but I started just naming off tons of them.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and when you said '80s, I was like, are we going to choose the same five movies? Probably. But
Nope.
I went back through and I pulled up a couple lists of the best '80s soundtracks, and I'm like, oh yeah, this one and this one. I think we might be in the best era of movie soundtracks.
I agree. It definitely was the top premier time for movie soundtracks, and I think it has the best use of music as far as popular songs or songs that were popular at one point, and it has the best use of just the right timing to add that in there. We think of
Yeah.
and one that's not on our list but has the most iconic movie moment is probably Breakfast Club. Did
Yeah.
not make our list. Now there are a couple of really good songs on there, but it's not one that made our list. We have 10 others that beat out probably the most iconic movie moment with a song. So,
I
but
might even change mine too.
but
Okay.
so tell us what you got.
Oh, I gotta go with Back to the Future. I mean,
Oh,
Huey
very
Lewis and the News.
hard. Yeah,
Yeah, that song was everywhere, and it still is. You can go to the grocery store and probably hear it, once a week.
you sure
Um,
can.
it was huge. It was a huge movie. It was, man. I mean, I'm sure Huey Lewis and the News made their money just off of that soundtrack alone.
Yeah,
Um,
originally they weren't even slated to do the music for it.
really?
They were kind of a last minute ad, and basically they asked him and said, we really think Marty McFly would love you would be his favorite rock star. So can you give us a song? And Huey Lewis was working on Power of Love at that point. And he's like, well, we could put this on here, and then of course he wrote an original song back in time for it also. So, but
Great
yeah,
song.
but they had originally thought about going someplace else. I don't remember where they were going to go, but yeah, they got added to it, and Huey Lewis kills it. The whole album is great. There's tons of great music, including stuff from the '50s, where of course Marty goes back in time. But yeah, I love this selection. This is a great selection.
Yeah, and is that Alan Silvestri who did the score for that?
I am
Oh,
not
I
sure.
can, I can look it up. Okay, thank you. Your turn.
All right. Well, we're going to go, and you saw me add this one. It was my last minute ad here. We're going to go with a little movie that actually a lot of people don't know a ton about, but it is Valley Girl, the very first role for oh
Nick
my gosh,
Cage.
Nick Cage, but he wasn't going by Nicholas Cage at that point. He's going by Nicholas Coppola,
Oh
Nicholas
wow!
Coppola,
So
because that's his original name. Cage came afterwards because he was a um, fan of Cage from the Marvel comic books, and he also didn't want to get roles because his uncle is a famous director. So he's like,
that's
I want to earn this on my own. But yeah,
yeah.
Nicolas Cage in this movie. This movie just has so many incredible songs in it. and they're
Yeah.
again placed at the right time. Movies about a guy from the wrong side of LA and the girls from the valley, and that whole thing that we've seen a ton of times, but it's done so well. Um, Let me pull open. I had a list of songs here. I went away from it temporarily. I don't know why. Um,
It's amazing the influence that movie had on our society
oh,
too.
and the way that, and people that don't understand that didn't live in the 80s, Valley Talk became a big deal because of some other movies also helped push that in. But the whole as if gag me with a spoon, all of that comes from this movie. I love it. I love it. Oh yeah, the Phil Souls with "Everywhere at Once" is an amazing song. "Million Miles Away," another song by the Phil Souls, Flim Souls. I said that wrong. Flim Souls. You have Josie Cotton performing a song that would never be allowed nowadays in a movie called "Johnny Are
Really?
You Queer?" Yeah, it's a pretty funny song, and it's an interesting song because she's romantically interested in him, and then you have that. Um, you have Eddie Grant doing Electric Avenue in this song. Love My Way by the Psychedelic Furs. There's a lot of new wave music as new wave is first hitting here. Men at Work is in this. The
Oh
Flirts are in
wow.
here. Modern English. Yeah, I
Okay.
rewatched this, I don't know, a couple of months ago, and I'm like, this soundtrack is absolutely amazing. One
Yeah.
great early 80s song after another. So I had to include that one. I'm like, oh yeah, Valley Girl. I got to have that one on my list. So that's my first one is Valley Girl. Valley Girl. And the song Valley Girl by Frank Zappa and Moon Zappa, what came after the movie. So it's not in the movie.
Oh wow. I've never even heard that either. I'll have to pull it up.
Oh, you don't? Oh, if you've not heard Frank
Yeah.
Zappa Moon Zappa's Valley Girl, it's hysterical. I suggest you listen to the song.
Okay. Good. Yeah. I will.
All right. What's your next one for us?
I can't remember what I had because I got a list on one. Did I have Say Anything on there?
You don't, but that is a great one. It's just not on the
Yeah.
list. Another
Okay. It's not on
song,
the list.
another one that really is right there and could be added with nobody blinking. An amazing song or
Yeah.
amazing soundtrack. I mean,
I agree. Yeah. So, what's the first movie? What's the first soundtrack you think of when you think of the '80s? Is it Valley Girl?
no, but it's coming up on my
Yeah.
list.
Okay. One of them. Yeah. One of them. I'm like, that's what comes to my mind every single time. Okay. All
Valley
right.
Girl's great soundtrack. I mean, it's amazing. But yeah.
So I will go with my next pick as the Lost Boys.
Oh, this
1987.
is a great one here. The Lost Boys, such a cool soundtrack and cool movie. This is how vampire movies are supposed to be.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's scary at points. It's full of action. Such a great,
Yeah.
and this soundtrack is loaded from The
You're right.
Cure to and I'm forgetting who else in
In
it.
Excess.
In Excess,
Echo
yeah.
and Bunnyman.
Echo and the Bunnymen, yeah, how can you forget that? So many
Roger
great
Daltrey.
songs on this soundtrack. It's also again new wave. It's mostly new wave. And for people who don't know, new wave was kind of followed punk. It kind of took the roots of punk, but kind of made it added a lot more synthesizer to it. But a lot of times the music may even be upbeat, but the lyrics are pretty dark most new wave music. So yeah, it's a
A
great
lot of
and,
drumming.
and the vibe of that music just fits that movie so much.
Man, it makes me want to go watch it now.
Yeah. Well, maybe
All
that
right,
should be
I
a
gotta go watch it.
review, especially with October coming up.
Yeah, okay.
We
Good
can
call.
review some monster and Halloween type of movies. So most definitely.
Yeah.
But yes, I'm all in favor. I watch Lost Boys every year. I love it. So yeah,
So
great selection.
did we have any of the same
Um,
movies?
I had a long list, and on my top five, we did not have the same.
Oh wow, okay.
But again, I looked at it and like I can move a lot of these around. It's really hard not to include some of these. So
Yeah.
I'm going to go. Okay, so another movie, early '80s, with a great, amazing soundtrack, and then has a song that is iconic for a moment in the movie that every teenage boy knew what that was when it came on. And we're talking Fast Times at Ridgemont High. Just look at the list here. You've got Jackson Brown, which does an amazing song in there. Dan
Yeah.
Felder. You've got Jimmy Buffett, the Go-Go's, Sammy Hagar. Of course, you have the Cars with the iconic um, moving in stereo with Phoebe Cates coming out of the pool. Quarter Flash. Stevie Nicks. I mean, just look at this list. Oingo Boingo. It's incredible. It's just, it's such a cool soundtrack. And again, they put the music in to really kind of go with what's going on in the movie that adds. Somebody's Baby from Jackson Brown is kind of that perfect song for that make out scene that happens. The so there, it's just so many cool songs in here. And of course,
I pulled it up earlier today. I was like, this is pretty good.
Yeah. Fast Time soundtrack is amazing, in my opinion. I'm kind of in love with it, but Goodbye, but Oingo Boingo is great. So there's just a lot of songs there. So, all right. So what's the next one on your list, Joe? What should we throw in here?
Man, I can't remember what I put. Let's see if I can guess what I put. Sorry. I've got a list of like 10 movies here, and I can't remember.
Yep.
Return of the Jedi is one of them.
Return of the Jedi, such an incredible movie. A way to end the great trilogy of Star Wars. In my opinion, the trilogy of Star Wars. I mean, you can have those other movies, but this was the iconic part, and such great music. Oh my gosh, the Star Wars series. You can't go wrong with John Williams.
I think he has the most Academy Awards far of any composer.
I can see that completely.
Yeah, but it's interesting too. Did he get any tips from George Lucas on what he wanted, or did he just make it and then?
Well, I would say that George Lucas talked to him kind of about what was going to happen in the movie and tried to make stuff about it. It's been a long time since I've seen those, because I've seen those behind the scene things that you used to do with Star Wars. So I think that was my understanding, and that way you kind of knew what to do where. But yeah, Williams.
I guess it played off of 2001: Space Odyssey too, because that was '69.
It was. Well, and you have the that also John Williams iconic music for the Superman movies. Yeah, he's just fantastic.
That's right. Yeah, Catch Me If You Can. He's done all kinds of stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He was all over. But the iconic music for Star Wars. I mean, the Darth Vader, the Imperial March itself, that right there puts this on the list. I mean, that's so cool. And you knew when that music started, you're like, oh crap, things are getting real.
Here comes Vader.
He's going to choke somebody to death again. Oh, wow. Yeah. All right. That's a great one, Joe. We needed to have a Star Wars thing on there, so that's perfect. So you went a little off of kind of what we a lot of times think about soundtracks by going with something that was theatrical music like that and so intense, which is amazing. I'm going to go with something a little different also, just because the style is a little different now. It's still traditional singing songs that goes along with the movie, but such a great soundtrack and so many incredible artists in this. We're going to go the Little Blues Brothers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I've never seen that movie.
You've never seen Blues Brothers? Dude. Yeah, you need to see the Blues Brothers. Oh my gosh. I wish we could get together on weekends and just watch movies, because there's so much stuff.
Yeah, just pick one out. You pick one. Now it's your turn. You pick one.
Exactly. Songs like Everybody Needs Somebody from the Blues Brothers. You got Think by Aretha Franklin. They weren't able to get the rights to be able to do Respect, but they did Think, which is an amazing song. Also, the theme from
Cool.
Rawhide is in there. Minnie the Moocher is in there, which is such a cool song. Jailhouse Rock with the Blues Brothers version of Elvis's great hit, and of course, Sweet Home Chicago.
Yeah.
Such a cool album. They have guest stars from pretty much anybody that was a blues singer around in 1980 made an appearance in this movie and played a major role in it. So James Brown, you got
Ray Charles.
Ray Charles, such an iconic scene with Ray Charles as he's a salesman. I mean, so Aretha Franklin, of course, and just a ton of them. They are thick through this movie. It's so cool, such a great soundtrack. If you like blues music, and if you don't, you should check it out because it's such a cool one. If you've not seen it,
got some homework to do now.
Yeah, I like giving out homework.
No,
all right, what's the next one you've got?
What did I sing?
I can tell you if you want.
Yeah, tell me. Give me my.
You've got Rocky 4, and
right.
You want to do Rocky next? Let's do Rocky. All right.
Yeah.
Such a cool soundtrack on this one, also. You know, Rocky 4, where Rocky goes to Russia and wins over the Russian people.
Yeah, he wins over all the Russians. Just
right. Okay, that wouldn't happen, but
it was a little cheesy. But
Rocky,
I mean,
but
Rocky. I think Rocky 2. That's where I the Survivor was, right?
Rocky 3. Rocky 3 is I the Tiger. But this one has a couple other songs there from not Scorpions. What am I thinking? Survivor. From Survivor has a couple of great songs from Survivor. And of course, you've got James Brown in it doing Living in America. Just so many cool songs, one after another in the song. And of course, the Rocky theme song, the I'm Gonna Fly Now, is in it, which is just an iconic, cool song.
It's such a good pump-up soundtrack, too.
It is.
Really good
job. Yeah. You still use this to work out. Listen to Rocky 4 soundtrack to go work out, get yourself going. You can get in there. You're like, I got to pump iron because I got to run on the track, got to get it done. Yeah, it's such a great workout. Exactly. That's a great selection. Rocky's amazing there. All right, we'll go with my next one. Being an 80s guy, there's a king of 80s soundtracks, a guy who is just known for all sorts of cool soundtracks, and I could have included all sorts of movies that he did in here. We could just do a countdown of his great soundtrack songs. But we're going, even though I'm talking about a certain guy, we're going to talk about that whole movie and album that made a whole bunch of teenage boys want to join the Navy and fly planes. Talking some Top Gun here.
Oh, yeah. I didn't think that's what you're going with. I thought you were going with
Footloose.
Rain.
You could have gone Footloose, could have gone Caddyshack. I mean, there's other ones also. But no, Footloose is just an amazing song. And it has Top Gun has so many really cool songs. It's just incredible. Of course, you got Kenny Loggins, Loverboy, Cheap Trick. You got Berlin singing their iconic song, which was completely different than anything else they'd done before. Mighty Sound Machine is in it. So it's just one great song after another. And again, perfectly placed with what's going on in the movie. Danger Zone is so perfect for where they use that with the dogfighting. And of course, I'm playing with the boys being used there on the volleyball scene, and of course Berlin singing "Take My Breath Away" to the love interest scene there. So,
I think it was Harold Faltermeyer that did that main theme.
That's such a cool thing. It is Harold Faltermeyer, right on. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, it's got to be top 3 of the general public when you ask. Give me an 80s movie soundtrack.
Right. You know, and At one point I had both Top Gun and Footloose on the list, and I'm like, I don't want to do two like that. Footloose is an amazing soundtrack too, but I'm like, I'm just gonna go Top Gun because I'm not sure that I can leave Danger Zone off of there. That's just
I had that on
all right.
vinyl.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Such a cool one. All right. How about your last one? Do you remember what your last one was?
Let me see. Did I do Terminator?
Nope. That would have been a really cool one.
Um,
Less.
I don't know, surprising you, Larry.
Less than zero.
Less than zero. That's right.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's a great album right there of really
Oh,
cool
okay.
songs. Yeah.
That's the I'm gonna knock you. It's not the I'm gonna knock you out. It's going back to Cali.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm going back to Cali. Right.
That's a dark movie, and
It is.
music is kind of the music kind of attributes it to that too.
Yeah, it certainly is. That the music really flows into that.
Yeah.
Again,
Yeah.
people are masters of bringing in music that just really fit with the groove of what was going on, and you don't see a whole lot of that anymore. I mean, you have some really cool music, but you just don't see it like you did in the '80s. It really was the heyday of it.
Yeah, and there's some big bangers on here. Aerosmith, LL Cool J, Public Enemy, Roy
Yep.
Orbison,
Yep.
Glenn Danzig, the Bangles. Yeah, I didn't
Yep.
realize. I just remember a couple
What
songs.
Bengals song is on here? Is it Hazy Shade of Winter? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I thought. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, such a great album. Yeah, movie like you said was a little dark. It's one of those where you're like, okay, I got to be in the right mood to watch it, but the soundtrack I can listen to anytime.
If drug addiction and stuff like that makes you uneasy, don't watch it.
Yeah, most definitely. Well, and there was a little bit of that back in the '80s.
Yeah, yeah, just a little bit.
There's a lot now too, but yeah. All right, let me go with my last one, my top one,
Yeah,
one
too many.
that you cannot leave off of movie soundtracks for the longest time. It was the best-selling movie soundtrack. Now it's been replaced. I forget what replaced it, but it's been replaced now by something else. But in my heart of hearts, it's still number one. It was Prince and the Revolution with
Oh yeah.
Purple Rain. But
Yep.
this movie was basically a hour and a half long video with Prince songs and with um, uh, Morris Day and the Time, because Morris Day and the Time were competing against Prince and his band and in a battle of the bands sort of thing. It's
Oh
a
wow.
fun movie. It's odd. It's an odd movie, but the soundtrack was so cool.
Everywhere. It was
It was, what was it, 85, I think?
84.
84. It was just everywhere. The movie came out and the soundtrack came out, and a lot of people loved Prince before this, especially with the 1999 album, but this just really elevated it.
Yeah.
This one took it to a different level.
Yeah, he is and he was so influential on many musicians.
Exactly. You've
Great
got
choice.
songs like Let's Go Crazy, I Would Die for You, Take Me With You, When Doves Cry, Purple Rain, More Stay in the Time doing Jungle Love.
Okay.
So
Wow,
just
yeah.
one song after another. And of course, the song that never could make it on the radio, Darling Nikki.
Yeah.
But just one really cool song after another.
Yeah, great album.
I wore this tape out. I had it in my Walkman, and I would often go to Purple Rain just because it was so cool. Even years afterwards, like in '87, I'm still sticking it in my Walkman and going because it's such a cool album.
Yeah. Great choice. Love that choice.
Yeah, thanks.
So I was thinking about I did
Yeah.
seek some I did seek a little bit of feedback for some people.
Yeah,
What's the number one soundtrack you think of with the '80s? And
right.
it's got to be Purple Rain, Top Gun, but Dirty Dancing has to be right there.
Yeah,
That was
Dirty Dancing was on my list of ones that should be included, but
yeah, it was huge.
yeah,
Ghostbuster.
Ghostbusters, and that was the one I replaced because I'm like the Ghostbusters song was huge,
Yeah,
but the rest of the album, the second
it,
Ghostbusters had some other big time songs in it also.
yeah, it's
But
Bobby Brown.
yeah, Bobby Brown had a couple of really good ones in there. So
Yeah.
some other ones that we didn't get to, and one that is more non traditional but has an amazing soundtrack is The Princess Bride.
Oh yeah, great
That
soundtrack.
soundtrack is just really cool. Not a whole lot of like 80s, you know, pop hits on there, but it was just a great album. You have um, you have Flash Gordon with Queen singing that whole thing. You can also add
Oh,
Highlander in there for the same thing with the Queen soundtrack. It was just incredible.
really? I didn't know
Um,
that.
yeah. Vision Quest, which has tons of cool songs on it, including Madonna's um, "Crazy for You," which was huge for me.
Yeah.
Beverly Hills Cop in
Oh
one and
yeah, Axel
two,
Foley.
both of
Mhm.
those. You've got the Pointer Sisters. You just have a ton of great ones on both of those. Pretty in
Ricky
Pink,
Rocket or Ricky.
yeah.
Yeah.
The Pretty in Pink soundtrack, John Hughes' Pretty in Pink, it had a lot of very new wave kind of cool songs on that album. And that's just a few to name above and beyond what we had. What else did you hear that we didn't have on the list?
Um, let's see. I think we nailed the big ones. Flashdance.
Flashdance, yes, Flashdance was a big one. Yeah,
I think what's amazing about the '80s soundtracks is all an '80s soundtrack needed was one hit, and it would
yeah,
blow it up.
it
And
would.
yes, there are some soundtracks like Purple Rain where it's a very prominent musician, but I feel like there's a lot of non-prominent musicians that got big off of an '80s soundtrack movie.
Certainly did. Denise Williams got huge from Footloose with um,
She did.
I Need a Hero. Um, I mean, just Tina Turner, of course, was already huge, but just her soundtrack for Thunderdome was incredible.
Yeah.
Kind of brought her
Hey,
back.
have you ever seen Escape from New York?
I have Escape from New York's amazing.
Great soundtrack.
Yeah, it does have a great soundtrack.
I know who performed it. Do you have a worst? What's the worst soundtrack from the '80s?
Um, boy, I'm not sure what the worst one is. I guess if it's worst, I probably just don't pay attention to it. Or when I see the movie, I think of, the music kind of sucks in this. But I don't know. How about you? Do you have a worst one? Because I really don't have a worst one.
Oh, I wanted to say anything is not one of the worst ones. It's a great soundtrack.
It
But
is. Seeing anything is great.
Peter Gabriel and
Yep.
worst one, I guess. Um, man, I can't think of anything off the top of my head. Yeah, I would
Yeah.
notice if I saw it, but I can't think of anything off.
Right. I can't think of anything there either. Another one that's very underrated because the movie was really just a B movie, but had such a fun soundtrack was Earth Girls Are Easy. Gina
Okay.
Davis and Julie Brown, who sang on there, saying "I'm a Blonde" and the song "Earth Girls Are Easy" and several other songs. But they had a lot of cool songs on that album. The kind of a weird one would be the movie that we have covered with Buckaroo Banzai had some really interesting music in there, and it was kind of
It
cool.
did.
So, but yeah, I don't know what would have the worst. I probably Was there some movie about okay, for me the worst one, this is because I have a bias against country music, but like Electric Cowboy, probably the worst for me. So
Pure country.
yep, yep, yep.
Oh boy.
Ah. Again, that's
Oh,
my bias, so that's probably why I would have said that's the worst.
that's your bias. The bias accepted.
Yeah, I admit my bias. I know what it is. I admit it. It's not my thing, but that's cool. So.
Yep. Man. I'll think of some too right after we get off this. I'll be like,
Well, we can always post it to people. I was told by AJ and a couple other people that they do leave us comments during the show, but for whatever reason they're not getting across. Maybe I'll open up Facebook here and see if something's being commented on and we just haven't seen it. Because I'm wondering if it's Facebook that's not linking back over for us. But I was told that we are getting comments and people are like, well, you never reply to my comments. So let's see if I can find any here
I don't
because
see
I'd
any on
love to reply.
yeah, I don't see any on mine, but I think since you're the operator, you probably only see them.
That's probably true. Well, I don't know. I think I would see it here. Nope, no comments today. Not seeing any comments. So leave us some comments. Feel free to leave it on our YouTube link here or on Facebook with the post. And again, we will post on GeekyKOOL.com. That's cool with a K. And you aren't able to leave comments there, but you can. We will get posted on Facebook, Twitter, Blue Sky, Instagram, and all those socials. So it'll get reposted. So feel free to make comments for us, and we'll be glad to respond. We'd love to hear what we missed or what you think we should have gone with instead of what we did. Or if you just think we're both awesome and we nailed our list, just let us know. All right, Joe, anything else you'd like to add?
So, as usual, thank you, Larry. It's always fun.
Oh, I always have a great time, Joe. We'll do this again. We should be back to regular. We had to be off a few weeks because of my father, so I apologize. He had open heart surgery and had to take care of him, so that we weren't able to get back to this. But we should be back to every Monday at 6:30 Central Time. So apply that depending on where you're at in the world, and check us out and let us know. Until then, keep watching movies and stay geeky.